So we've seen some very interesting moves in FX here, with the dollar rising very sharply, especially versus the Japanese yen, nearly reaching 107 at one point as of this moment, and euro dollar down well below 1 at 9 at one point as well. What is the key driver here? I think it is U.S. interest rates. There's the big surprise that the sudden reality of Trump becoming the president has seen a turnaround in risk appetite. It's seen a big turnaround in treasuries. They're selling off on the assumption that we're going to see lots of new spending, possible tax cut, opens up a gaping deficit in the U.S. with the possibility of, at least for now, positive growth. And as well, some rumors of appointments that he's going to make look Wall Street friendly. We've seen the big banking stocks in the U.S. popping higher. All this leading to an enthusiasm both for risk appetite and for rotating out of those government treasuries. And FX, again, being expressed mostly in dollar upside in general, but especially versus the safe haven currencies and against emerging markets. An interesting combination that's really shows the broad-based behavior for the dollar here. Now, as we're getting later in the day and as we're seeing this spike in treasuries, I'm beginning to get concerned we're not appreciating the negative effects for risk, potentially for risk assets, riskier currencies, and risk across the board if this spike in U.S. yields continues. After all, it was very low rates and the prospects of ever more easing from central banks that brought risky assets to such bubbly prices in the first place. So I wonder if we don't risk some kind of transition, especially if U.S. yields continue a bit higher here, towards dollar strength more against some of the riskier currencies. It's already happening, but to even larger degree, the focus being there, and even against the developed market traditional risky currencies, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar as well, and maybe pulling a little bit back from the euro and yen weakness, even though those could continue as well. But that's what we're watching today, as we're seeing some pretty interesting follow-on moves after the incredible shock of Trump becoming the next president of the United States.